honestly, I'm so tired.
We both are so busy these days. I actually really look forward to this time because
Mm,
I feel like more and more, you know, you have a lot, with the move.
yes, yeah.
Talk
I
about
think that's
that.
why, Evan.
Yeah, you're exhausted. I had a crazy packed week, but this is intentional time that we set apart to
True.
catch up, and that's the reason why we even started this in the beginning. So I'm glad we
Oh.
didn't push it off for
With
today.
that being said, welcome back to Honey Jam, guys. Thanks for tuning in yet again this week. We are your faithful hosts, Jessica.
And Janice, 오랜만인데 intro 너무 좋은데?
Today is a Sunday, so we're recording 2 days earlier, so a little bit better than the weeks before where we were actually the past 2 weeks we had guests, so
Yeah.
we were recording a few days earlier. But usually when we're online like this, we
Hmm.
literally record the day before the
Yeah.
release,
Hmm.
and then
We're being proactive this week, y'all.
I am preparing for a move. If you guys haven't heard already, kind of crazy because for me, like, we love our community, as you guys have heard
Hmm.
before. We don't have our grandparents here, so we really have a village here in our neighborhood who
Hmm.
keep us afloat.
Which I always thought that was kind of normal,
Uh-huh.
but I really because that's how you are, like, that's the environment that you're in,
Hmm.
and that's what I'm used to seeing you in.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I realized that's actually a very, very special uh case. Like, it's
Yes.
kind of like a community, a bubble, a world in its own,
Yes.
and it's something that a lot of families don't have the privilege or
Hmm.
the luxury of having
Yes,
that
yeah.
community, tight knit community.
Exactly. Yeah, because like most people they just like, live in like a single family home or
Mm-hmm.
an apartment, and you might be
Mm-hmm.
close to your friends, but it's rare to be like in the same like neighborhood,
Yep.
um literally being neighbors.
Yeah.
So it is quite a tight-knit like village,
Mm-hmm.
a tribe, if you will.
I will.
And and honestly, like I talked about this, but I really feel like God placed us here for a very sovereign reason, and it's
Mm-hmm.
to comfort us, to give us help, a helping hand, and to just build us up because we literally have zero help.
Yeah.
And it's been amazing just raising our kids with our neighbors, not just like parents, but like dog owners and
Mm-hmm.
like grandparents who live here, and just
Yeah.
a village of people who love on Hui and who love on us, and it's been nice. So like we were like, oh my gosh, like when the day comes and we have to move out, I don't know how we're gonna handle it.
Yeah.
um Maybe
And that
that day
day
will
has
go.
come.
I know it has come, but then we're literally moving to another another 4-bedroom home. We're currently at a 3-bedroom home. And it's
Within the
really
same community.
within the same community. And it's really funny because I was really kind of worried
Mm-hmm.
with the second baby coming along, with
Mm.
Josh working from home now. It was getting very tight, and we growing up. We
In terms
didn't
of
have,
space.
in terms of space. And Janice, you know how our like configuration of our home is, but it's a 3-story townhome, so it's very like narrow,
Mm-hmm.
and it's more like, I guess, spacious upwards, which is a terrible way
Yeah.
to build a home. But and I
Very
guess it's like
common in SoCal.
yes, and it's good for, I guess, like um couples and
Mm-hmm.
but for like families, growing
Mm-hmm.
families, it's challenging. So
Yeah.
I had that kind of komin, that I don't know, like, oh shoot, what should we do? Like, I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
leave here. And
Mm-hmm.
Hui's preschool is like right in front. It's like literally walkable distance. So I don't want to move
Mm-hmm.
anywhere. What do we do? What do we do? And I see, do you know the story, Janice? Like how we
No.
got to move? You don't know?
No. No. First
Really?
time hearing this. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So I was like, we were outside playing with, Hui per usual. I see a picket sign. It's literally a handwritten ghetto sign
Mm-hmm.
in the field. And it
Mm-hmm.
says 4-bedroom available, like this street, call. And then I was like, huh, that's interesting. Actually, Josh spotted it first, and I thought it was like one of our neighbors who moved out, but
Mm-hmm.
we decided not to check it out because it was like kind of too expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But then it was a different address. So I was like, Josh, like, did you see that? And I was like, oh, maybe I'll call. So I called, and then a Korean,
Just to check, just to
just to ju-
peruse.
yes, just to see because I was curious.
Mm-hmm.
And then a Korean ajushi picked up, and he was like, um, you're actually I put that sign up like 2 hours ago, and you're literally the sixth or seventh person to call, like inquiring
Wow.
about it. And
Mm.
I was like, oh yeah, I thought so. It's like a popular, community, and like I actually live here, so I know how like good of a community. And he's like, oh really? He's like, you
Mm-hmm.
know what, Jessica Nim, you already know how wonderful this community is. I'm gonna bump you up to a second.
Ooh,
Oop.
wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna bump you up to second place. And I was like, huh, who can be first? And then I find out that it's someone that we know. And I was like,
Oh.
oh shoot. Okay, I really like her and I want her to come too. Anyways, we both end up going to see the place, and it's like, one more bedroom. It's very similar to us. But then she ends up not taking the place, so that opportunity comes to us like within that same week.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then we signed the lease like the week of that
Wow.
week that I called.
Oh my gosh.
So it happened all so very fast, but I
Wow.
couldn't help but think, like, dang, I feel like God is
Mm.
really guiding us to this place, especially because we
Yeah.
needed the space.
Yeah.
And the rent happened to be like cheaper, not cheaper than our current one, but like cheaper than like most four bedrooms that we've like
Wow.
researched for.
Yeah.
And just like everything was falling into place, and like
Mm.
moving is it's a big deal and it's hard,
Of
but
course.
I've been doing it like quite joyfully, I would say, just because
Mm-hmm.
I really feel like God is like leading us to this place, and I'm
Mm.
just very thankful, and I'm excited for our new chapter in our new home.
Yeah. I mean, like, because the timing was just crazy.
Yeah.
So
And side
perfect.
note,
Everything happened quickly.
you could take this out, but this is kind of crazy too. But D Chan actually checked our place out because
What?
I think D Chan and Honey wanted to move, and like
Uh-huh.
they asked for like the rent, and it happened to like kind of align with what they were looking for. So they
Wow.
they came because our owner, she said like, oh, why don't you check the place out? I'm keeping the rent the same. And they're like, wow, incredible, we're gonna check it out. So they came to our house and
Uh-huh.
like, saw the house. And Jichon was like, okay, like how can we get this started? Like I'm ready. And he was like, 마음에 들어가지고 he told
Uh.
our owner like, okay, can we like get it started? And she's like,
Mhm.
oh, actually, I think I'm gonna sell the place.
Oh.
But then if I think about it, our
Uh-huh.
contract ended this past month. So if she was thinking about selling the place, she could have kicked us out.
Oh,
She could have been like, hey
wow.
guys, I'm gonna sell the place. You
Mhm.
guys have to
Mhm.
find a place in like 2 months, So that might have happened too. And I was like, dang, if I
Wow.
think about it like that, like, oh my gosh, thank
Uh-huh.
God. Thank
Seriously.
God. Yeah.
Everything just lined up perfectly. And ah, it's crazy though, because a move is not easy. And with a child at that.
Yes,
And
with the
being pregnant.
yeah. So I mean, it's been pretty tough, but I'm looking up like moving hacks. So if you guys
Mm.
are currently moving or looking into moving, um, shoot us a message and I'll give you some tips that I
Ooh.
kind of found handy.
Yeah.
Um, and they've been, pretty revolutionary for me because I've moved here
Mm.
a couple times here and there.
Mhm. Mhm.
And yeah, some tips are like, instead of like packing all your clothes, just leave them on the hanger, put
Mhm.
uh get them in a cluster, put a rubber band over the hangers, and then put a trash bag over it and tie it so that
Easy.
you could just move the hangers. Another
Mhm.
one is like get dot stickers, colored dot stickers, and make sure to like label it like this is for the kitchen, this is for the master, this is for baby room, and then you could put
Mhm.
those stickers on the boxes, and
To
then have
easily
like a
label.
key. Yeah, have a key on the
Mhm.
front door or something when the ajashis are moving it, so they can say,
Yeah.
okay, yellow is okay baby room, and they can just take it.
Ooh, that is very helpful.
Yes, so things like that, I'm like, wow, this is very like efficient. And then on top of that,
Mhm.
I'm like, I always wanted to purge and like
Mm.
clean, but I never
Yes.
got a chance to just because it's kichana.
Yeah.
But I'm
This
taking
forces you.
it literally forces me to throw things out, to organize, to pack,
Mm-hmm.
and just have a fresh start.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's been good. It's been tiring, but it's been good.
And you've been chipping at it slowly. So, so you're not overwhelmed.
Exactly. But the move is happening March 28th. So it's coming up in 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
Yeah,
And um, Janice will unfortunately be gone in Korea.
I
So I'm
know.
sad that you can't come and see our new place and hang out with us and
Or
help me
help you
too.
organize. Yeah, because I
Help
love
me.
organizing
Janice is a great organizer.
and purging.
But Janice, how was your weekend? I know you went to San Diego and did a lot of other things.
Yes, yes. We went to San Diego with our friends. Danielle, Spake, Esther, and Jess couldn't come because she has a lot going on with the move, and with it's a lot to come on a whole day trip. So sadly, we went without Jess. It's been a long time since we went to San Diego actually, because the last time we went was when all five of us were there together, and that's when I was single. The last time we were there, I was single.
Oh.
And on the drive back home after eating Phil's barbecue, that's when I said, ladies, who do you have for me? Who's single out there? I am ready to date again. My heart is open. And that's when Sarah, our friend Sarah,
Infamous
introduced.
story.
Yeah, yeah. She said, hey.
How about David?
Yeah, so that was the last time I was in San Diego. So going back it was very nostalgic, and
Mm.
yeah, it was nice. And like, the weather was perfect. We went to the beach. But we definitely missed you, Jess. And
What?
it felt incomplete. The
You guys
group
were
was
there
not
all day?
we were there all we went at like 10, 11. We left at like 10:30 maybe, and then got there in 2 hours, and then came
Okay.
back, and then I went to sleep at like 12:30, and I woke up at 7 this morning to go to church and serve for children's ministry. So it's
Wait.
been a very long weekend.
Why do you go so early?
To church.
Yeah. 7? That's crazy.
Well, I woke up at 7 because of the damn dogs. But that's what it is. But you know what? My sisters have the dogs for the week.
Oh,
Had
okay.
the dogs for the week,
Mhm.
and last week, so I had uninterrupted sleep. Right? I Maybe it was because of daylight savings or
Mhm.
something. I was like completely exhausted for like a good couple days, and then once I sent the dogs to my sister, I slept for a day. I slept 10 hours on one day. I
Oh
know.
my.
I woke up at 9:15. I was like, "What?" When I went to sleep at 11.
As you're catching up on your Z's.
Yeah, I was catching up on some Z's, and I think
Yeah.
I need to catch on some Z's tonight too.
Uh-huh.
Um, but it's been a long time since I had like a packed
Yeah.
schedule like that, and I think
Yeah.
it's because I like it happened all like kind of last minute too.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, San Diego's great. We missed you, Jess.
Hmm.
Um, it was nostalgic. We had a lot of good food. Uh, Once again, I was just kind of sad about my body not being able to keep up.
Mhm.
I get so like tired
Mhm.
these days, and I realize it's because, hear me
Uh-huh.
out. It's
Mhm.
because I can't control my energy levels well.
Mm.
Like, I get so excited when I first meet you guys, like
Yeah.
friends, and it just peaks. I just like
Yeah.
uncontrollable excitement.
Uh-huh.
And then like maybe an hour, like usually it's like, okay, by 10 o'clock, Jazz gets tired. But these days,
It's beginning earlier.
after, yeah, it's like after the first hour, I crash. That happened in
you,
San
got-
Diego.
you gotta pace yourself, dude.
You know what? We really have to learn to pace ourselves. We're turning 32 this year. You have two kids. I'm preparing my body to go through IVF. We really, and you know what? I want to ask you that, Jess. Like, how do you
Yes.
pace yourself? Because with Hui,
Yeah.
I spend a few hours with Hui,
Uh-huh.
and I'm exhausted because again, I don't know how to control my energy, and I
Yeah.
want to
You go all
exert
out.
all I have. Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the end, I'm just like, 완전 죽겠어.
Yeah.
But I want to know, as a seasoned mother
Yeah.
of a almost 3-year-old,
Yes.
how do you
This
do
is what
that?
I do. I go, hey, hey, come here. Wait, wait, Josh. Josh, can you
Wow.
pick him up, please? Josh. 시키는 거지. I delegate.
That's, you know what? That's wise. Or else, how will you survive? You can't survive.
I can't. Yeah, that's why, raising a child, it takes two to tango, you know? You need
Mm-hmm.
you need a mom and dad. We were talking about this today, but Josh was like, dude, how did our parents like back in the
Mm,
day like raise like 3, 4 kids just like and it was just like the mom,
mm-hmm.
because usually
Mm-hmm.
dads are the one working, coming home, eating, and then they do nothing except like go to bed.
The Korean way.
The Korean way, yeah, like the traditional way. But these days, like millennial fathers
Mm,
are
mm-hmm.
very much involved because millennial mothers are also working, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
Um, but yeah, I mean, Josh and I, like, even an example of today is like,
Uh,
we're both freaking tired by the end of the day.
yeah.
And it's like, we're doing like the bedtime routine
Mm-hmm.
and we have to floss and brush his teeth. But, obviously, like, flossing and brushing when you're dead tired is like, we gotta do a good job.
Yeah.
So Josh did the flossing and I did the brushing.
Wow.
we split it up. We split it up.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then Josh gave him a bath and then I put him to bed, you know?
I love that. You guys are the same team. You guys are
Yeah.
one team. That reminds me of that one TikTok that I've seen where the parents they're going to Disneyland
Uh-huh.
and then they have to like recite to themselves. Like they have to,
Oh yeah. Oh, I
remind
saw that.
themselves,
Yeah.
we are on the same team.
The white dad who's like
Yeah.
pep talking them before going to Disneyland.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is very much required. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, just to answer your question, you saw me when I was at your house. I was literally on the beanbag, being like, Janice, I'm so sorry. I'm just reserving my energy.
You
So
have to. You
that's
have
what
to.
I
But
do all day.
you know what I'm very most impressed by is that you like I feel like if I have a kid, like by the end I'll just be so tired and I'll just like these days I think I've been prioritizing my sleep. And maybe it's because later down the line, if I do have a child, like sleep will be compromised, and that's
Oh
just the way it
yeah.
is, and that's the way life will change, right?
Yes.
Maybe that's like my mindset, like knowing that that could be my future. I
Hmm.
want to maximize on my sleep right now.
Yes.
I also believe that sleep is so important. So these days, I've actually been trying to like turn my phone off like before bed,
Mm.
and like just trying to shut my mind. And then like we've been trying to sleep by 11 o'clock, pretty early,
Wow.
like get into bed by 10:30 and go to sleep by
Oh
11.
my gosh.
It's been like that's been kind of like my New Year, or not New Year's, my Lent goal,
Mm.
my Lent
Oh,
goal to
okay.
like sleep early and wake up
Yeah.
early.
Mm.
um but I noticed that Jess, after putting Wheat down, you'll always have your alone time, like your what do you call it? Your self care
Yeah.
time,
Yeah. Where I
your time
just
for yourself. Yeah,
yeah.
we're catching up on social media, doing all the things, and then she ends up sleeping at like 12:30,
Yeah.
even 1.
Yeah.
And like for me, I'm like, especially like the past 2 weeks, I've been trying to sleep more. I get like shocked when I see like you sent me an Instagram or a text message at like
At like
12 a.m.
12.
I'm like,
Yeah.
how is she sleeping so? I realize like it's actually you're sleeping so little, and
Uh-huh.
then on top of that, you're taking care of Hui the next day.
Yeah.
And like me, I'm like dead tired from what, like sleeping 10 hours. Like why am I
Yeah.
tired? So when I see that, I'm like, wow, you gotta you gotta prioritize yourself too. You need your time.
Yeah, my downtime. Yeah, cuz I don't know, sometimes when I just like put him down and if I just like even now to be honest, like in 30 minutes it's ideal if we go to bed.
Yeah, yeah,
10:30,
yeah.
right? But it just makes me so sad. Like I did, I did nothing. I did nothing
Yeah.
except, I mean, of
No,
course
so
I took, yeah.
that's why so adjusting my sleeping schedule, right? Like to this
Yeah.
new early schedule,
Uh-huh.
I realized it just doesn't feel like I have enough time in a day. Like
Mm-hmm.
something's got to give. If you want to prioritize sleep, then you got
Yes.
to give up like scrolling on Instagram and
Yeah.
like having your downtime.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you want to catch up on social media, if you want to watch a movie, you
Yeah.
have to give up sleep.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
something has got to give, and that
Uh,
makes me sad.
yeah. I will say there are seasons where I'm like, oh, I feel really tired, and I just want to sleep. Like that's how I
Yeah.
want to just decompress, you know?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Um, and I go to bed early. And there was
Yeah.
like a season where I did that, especially my first trimester where I was like feeling exhausted. I think I went to
Mhm.
bed at like 9, 10 p.m. because my
Yeah.
body couldn't handle it like after taking
Mhm.
care of Hui. But then these days, I think it's because I've been watching When Life Gives You Tangerines,
Mhm.
which we'll talk about. Did you catch up, by the way, on the
See, that's
episodes?
one of the things that I'm so sad that I couldn't like prioritize these days because I've been prioritizing sleep.
Sleep. Good, good, good. I mean, it's your Lent goal, so that's good that you've been
Uh,
doing that. But
but it makes me sad.
yeah, so like if there's like a good show or
Yeah.
like especially these days where I'm like packing and I'm kind of like trying to go
Mhm.
like have a schedule like I'm going to pack the kitchen, I'm going to pack the toys, something like that. Um I've been trying to like do it. Well, the only time I have is like literally after I put Hui down.
Mhm. Right now.
So yeah, right now. So I would have to, pack now from like
Mhm.
9 till I don't know, 11 or and then 9 till 11 I pack or like 12. And then during that
Mhm.
time I do social media. I send you all the stupid memes and stuff. And then I just fall asleep.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, these days I've been kind of like busier at night. I've been a night owl.
Mhm. Mhm.
Just cuz
Um
yeah.
That actually reminds me, our one of our faithful listeners, Keep'em. Shout
Uh-huh.
out to Keep'em. She is a mom of two, soon three. But as part of the TikTok community, I see her on TikTok and she goes on lives. Like she has a full-time job.
Oh.
hmm She has a full-time job, and then after work and after kids go down, she'll go on TikTok live and
Yeah.
do her like ceramics live, and she'll do that until like 11, 12 a.m.
Oh my
11 p.m.,
gosh.
12 a.m. Yeah. And I'm
That's so
like, wow, how do you do that? Keep
cool.
them.
Yeah, even today I was talking to a mom of three at a coffee shop before church because we were grabbing coffee because obviously we're both freaking tired and we need our caffeine. She's a mom of three, so she's on a different level. Oh,
Yeah.
Cece, she's Hannah Yu's cousin-in-law.
Oh.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
so she has three kids, and she's like, I don't know how you do your podcast. Like after like having a kid and like doing a
Yeah.
podcast, like I don't know. I'm like, I only have one kid, but like you, it's like I could understand you thinking that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
one kid, I feel like you still have some wiggle room to do things for yourself
Yes.
and like
Yes.
go out and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like I mentioned before, once you have like 2 plus 2 and then maybe 2 plus kids, it's like you're outnumbered
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, until at least they're old enough to kind of like be more independent,
Mm-hmm.
you're just,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I hope that even after Flow comes out, you
Yeah.
know, this will continue.
I realize like most people reveal the name like when the baby's born, but we've just been saying like Flo, Flo, Flo.
Yeah. Flow.
So some people are like, "Who's Flo?" They don't know. Like, did you?
My sister texted me. She was like, is Jess's daughter named Flo?
Yeah,
Who's Flo?
yeah, Florence. So yes, I mean I'm not too secretive about it. We decided on Florence Adin Shin, Flo for short. So we're very excited. And Janice, you'll be back by the time when Florence is born, right?
Yes, I will be back in time for her birth, her due date.
Oh,
So I
dude.
don't care what Josh says. I'm gonna be in the hospital room after the day after.
Dude, and you, I mean, might be, right? You might be
Yes, we'll
if
see. We'll
all
see.
things go well.
Yes,
And,
yes, yes. Yeah.
what we're hoping for is will we
Mm-hmm.
have like we might be pregnant at the same time too because your
We
procedure might
might. We may not. We'll see. We'll see.
we'll
We'll try,
see. We'll see.
just, walking around very cautiously.
Yes, yes, yes.
I have been thinking a little bit about like how I would react
Oh.
if things don't go well.
Mm,
Like if
yeah.
things, and it's possible that
Yes, yeah.
I might not come back with a
Yeah.
baby, which is
Because people do like multiple rounds of IVF,
yes,
right?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. So we'll do. It's actually I realized it's actually not called implantation.
Mm-hmm.
So implantation incantation is out the window now. It's actually the embryo transfer. That's what it's called. Yeah. So
Ah.
I'll be doing the embryo transfer maximum twice, and
Uh-huh.
then we'll see. We'll see what happens. But
And we're
you know,
hoping that it gets implanted.
yes, exactly.
Yes.
We're hoping that
Yes.
it gets implanted. It sticks.
It sticks. Yeah.
But again, it might not. And like I was thinking about it because these days, because I've put it out there. Like I'm an open book.
Yes.
I don't. It's not a secret that I'm going through IVF and stuff. But I realize like a lot of people know about it now,
Yeah.
and I didn't really think about how I would like kind of react if it doesn't go well.
Mm,
And um I don't know, like I don't know how many people actually how many people how much people care,
mm,
but I think it's like if it ends up not coming well,
mm-hmm.
I would just want people to just like be normal. Just not
Mm.
like, "Oh, like Janice, I'm so sorry,"
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like that would make me cry more.
Yeah.
It would just I feel like it would be helpful if people just went like, "Hey, you're
Yeah.
back. Welcome back."
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's it.
That's
Don't say
it. Like
anything.
not even acknowledging it.
I don't know. How would they acknowledge it?
Like, hey, that's okay. You did your best, and at least you tried. 그런 느낌?
Yeah, maybe, maybe. I think
Mm.
that it's okay if it's like, if you say it, like if my close friends say it.
Mm.
But I feel like if after that everyone keeps saying it, then 그냥 I feel
It'll
like I might
be,
just
yeah, hard to
cry.
hear.
Yeah. So just
Oh,
you know, what?
oh, sorry. It says trying to reconnect.
Oh,
Okay.
just
Yeah,
act
yeah.
normal.
Yeah. No, I mean it's like it's a journey,
It is.
and it's a very deep and private journey that you're kind of sharing
Mhm.
with everyone, and everyone gets to kind of hear about it and take part in it in some
Mm.
ways,
Mhm.
but it's very personal to you. So
Yeah.
I can imagine, like, I mean, first of all, like, I think it's really cool and amazing that you're being this vulnerable and open about it. But yeah, I think like the aftermath of it, and like
Mhm.
just thinking about like, okay, like it might not work out, and like
Mhm.
how am I
Mhm.
gonna 포장해 this, or like, how
Yeah,
are,
yeah.
yeah, and like hearing the same thing over and over, even encouraging words, it can be kind of exhausting,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, so far it hasn't been, and like a lot of moms, like even moms or like people who are going through IVF, have
Yeah.
come to me and said, "Hey, like I'm going through IVF, or I went through
Mm.
IVF and I got pregnant." And so
Mm.
that's been very nice and like encouraging. So
Mm-mm-mm.
it's okay for now, but I can imagine like after, if I
Yeah.
get a little like jaded.
Yeah.
But you know what? No regrets. Again, I'm an open book.
Yes.
Also, this podcast is so like big in our lives now. I feel like, for the most part, we share everything on
Yeah.
here.
Josh was saying like, dude, I like it's kind of crazy that like on average 1,000 people, a little over 1,000 people like hear us on a weekly basis.
It's actually over 1,000 because on Spotify alone it's 1,000, and then YouTube, like the low numbers are like 700, maybe
Yeah.
like 1,000. So yeah, a lot of people are listening to us. A lot of strangers, a lot of
I
people who
know.
I don't know think we're funny. I guess I
I
don't know.
know. Thank you guys. And then like hearing that kind of made me nervous. I was like, because I always think like, oh, it's just like our friends listening, and
Yeah,
that's how I try to approach it, just so I don't get too nervous and I can be myself.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But then when Josh said that, I was like, you're right. And we get so many like of you guys listeners, like from all over the world. From someone from Indonesia commented on our recent video,
Yeah.
saying that she was a follower of you, Janice, from your
Hmm.
reaction videos, and she's been
Hmm.
listening to us. So like we're so thankful.
Yeah. But I'm not nervous anymore. Like my armpits aren't sweaty at all. It's just
My
talking to you.
You know
So
what? I'm just sweaty in general and like heavy breathing just because
that's
my
crazy.
stomach
You
is
were never
like,
a sweaty person though.
dude, you're right. Yeah, I was never sweaty, um, never smelly.
I was the sweaty smelling one.
Like sweat and smells were very foreign to me.
Mm-hmm.
But then after I had Hui, after I got pregnant, it all changed. I'm very sweaty.
Wow.
Um, there are very interesting smells that come out of me now. It's my hormones and body changing, but
It's Mother Nature, baby.
yes. Anyways,
Hmm.
Janice, did you see When Life Gives You Tangerines?
Yes, I'd love to get into this segment.
Yes.
I only got up to episode 4.
That's a lot. That's quite a lot.
I will say, like, Jess watched it first, and she told me
Yes.
you have to watch it. I was like, I know I'm gonna love it. I watched
Mhm.
episode 1, fell in love.
So
We
good.
love a good time period piece.
Mm.
We love IU.
Yes.
We didn't love Park Bo-gum. However,
Surprisingly. Yeah.
I
Pogum is
mean,
very popular.
yeah, I mean, Park Bo-gum is a very likable guy, but I think, I don't want to speak for both of us, Jess, but
Yeah.
I think we agree that he wasn't like he wasn't like an attractive man.
Yeah.
I mean, none of the actors are actors, whatever. But like, he was always just like a nice to look
Baby.
at,
Baby
yeah,
looking.
baby, yeah,
Yeah.
almost a little femme,
Yeah.
but
But in this drama, I don't know, like something about him is so endearing. And I feel like his kind of like, apparently, like even his character or like his like personality IRL is like really sweet and
mhm,
humble and just, such a nice guy. And I feel like that shines in the character who he is in,
yeah,
for this drama. So
mhm.
I
He,
I honestly like even now I'm not like, oh my gosh, Park Bo Gum is so cute. I love him.
yeah,
It's not
yeah,
like that. Like
yeah.
how I feel towards Pyeonso. But um like whereas before I was like about Park Bo Gum, now I'm like, oh, I really like him. Just
Yeah,
like
you
as
know
an
what it is?
actor. And
I think he became more of a man. Like, he's a little rough around the
oh,
edges now. He's a
yeah,
bit
yeah, yeah.
tanner. He came a little bit bigger, like buffer.
I see that a little bit. Okay. Yeah.
And the drama, it follows the trope of uh male lead only having eyes for the female lead. No triangle love,
We love that
none of that.
shiz.
Yeah. Similar to
Yeah.
Lovely Runner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, it's just, and also I feel like I haven't watched a drama that was like, like very family centered, very
mhm.
heartfelt, and kind of feel good and romantic in a while. So it was nice to just like have all of that,
Yeah.
in one
And
drama.
yeah, for sure. Also, it helps. I don't know why I think I like this part too. IU and Park Bo-gum are our age, 93 liners.
Yes.
So something about it, it just feels like I mean, it's a stretch, but they're like our friends
Yeah.
in a
We're
way.
supporting our friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, but IU like Josh again. Josh is a like big fan of her, and I think from Ajoshi,
Mm.
um, My Mister, and like what are her other dramas?
Hotel de Luna.
Oh yeah, but Josh loves My Mister because apparently she was
Mhm.
really good in it.
Mhm.
I didn't watch it. I gotta give
Yeah.
it another try, but
Slow burn.
yeah, yes. But I heard she's a great actress, and I see that. I see that in
Yeah.
this drama. She's really good, a natural,
Yeah.
and Park Bo Gum too. Like he's just like he's so cute, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Um,
excited.
I will say though, part two it'll wreck you. So you've been warned.
Mhm.
Trigger warning. It's just I haven't wailed like that in a while. Yeah,
Did you
usually
record
drama you're just
yourself?
like I didn't record myself, but I did take a picture, which Janice will show you. Beep. Um, um, yeah,
It's been
I
funny.
was wailing,
Yeah.
like kind of like the last time I wailed for a drama was for My Blues, that father
Oh,
and son scene. That's the only time
iconic.
I kind of like wailed watching a drama, and then maybe when like the last scene too with Lee Byung On.
Mhm.
But yeah, I haven't like cried that hard in a while for a drama. And then I thought that was the peak of my crying, but I actually cried again last night watching the last episode of part 2. Part 3 is coming out next week or this
Okay.
Friday.
Wait,
Um
so it's like it's sectioned in parts like that?
yeah, it's
Okay.
sectioned in parts. I believe part 3 is the last one. I'm not too sure, but um I think it's cuz Netflix releases in bulk. So
Mhm.
maybe
Mhm.
that's why they did in parts, but yeah, part
Okay.
1 it was last week, part 2
Mhm.
was this past Friday, and then part 3 is releasing next week. So
Yeah.
It's a great drama. It's really sad, heartfelt, um, tragic,
Mhm.
beautiful.
I wish I watched it so we could talk about it more, but I
Yeah,
unfortunately could not get to it. But I'm
that's okay.
excited. I'm excited to bawl my eyes out.
But you watched that scene where they're in the fields and they had their first kiss, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah. So
freaking love that scene,
cute.
dude. That scene is so cute.
It's such a beautiful drama too. The way they filmed it,
Yeah,
it's so beautiful.
yeah, and like, I think IU plays her daughter, like
Mm-hmm.
in her future self too. So I thought that was an interesting kind
Interesting.
of take too. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was very interesting. But another thing I kind of wanted to discuss before we close this out, because I know it's gonna be a short episode, was,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if you want to,
Absolutely. We want to open that Pandora's box. We want to sip on
but
that tea.
in that same K drama vein, something that's been kind of like in
Brewing.
my brewing and in my algorithm is Kim Suyeon.
My
And
past
what's her name?
love.
Seron? Kim Seron?
Kim Se-ron.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Rest in
My
peace.
past love, Kim
You used to
Se-yeon. If
be
you
obsessed
guys,
with him.
yeah, I used to be obsessed with him roughly around the time when he came out with his movie 은밀하게 위대하게. I think it was right before, or maybe right after 해를 품은 달.
Mm.
And it was in high school for me, and then it kind of like slowly kept going until
That was like
college.
his first peak of fame.
Yeah,
I think right before this scandal, it was like kind of like his second peak with
yeah,
what was it? His recent drama.
with Kim Ji-won.
Yes. Yeah.
Hmm. Well, I feel like if you know, you know. The details are out there.
Yeah.
But just a quick summary. Basically, Kim Soo-hyun,
Mhm.
the actor, is under fire
Mhm.
for allegedly dating Kim Se-ron, who
Mhm.
unfortunately ended her life a few months ago
Yeah.
while she was a minor.
Mhm.
And there are lots of things that are there's a lot of swirl out
Yeah.
there right now.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to believe, to be honest.
Well, okay, I thought it was weird that his agency first denied that they
Mhm.
dated. They're like, no
Mhm.
way. And then now they're saying like, yes, they did, but it was when she was an adult for a year.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay, then why did you deny it the
Yeah.
first time around? And then even before all of this happened, I thought it was really weird that she like died on the day of his birthday.
Yeah. That was
So
intentional for sure.
yes, that was really kind of like, I don't know, like scary that she
Yeah.
decided to do that.
And
Um
like, can you imagine? Now he has that like looming over his head forever. It's his
exactly.
birthday, but it's her death day.
It's almost as if she wanted to say like, I hope you remember my pain
Yeah.
and death
Yeah.
forever.
It's so sad.
Every time you want to celebrate, I hope you remember me,
Yeah,
kind of thing.
exactly. Oh my god,
Yeah.
I just got goosebumps, Jess.
That's why I thought it was so scary. Like
Oh
when
my
when
gosh.
that first came out, before like, all these talks about,
Yes.
he dated her for like
Yes.
this many years when she was a minor.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was just like weird, straight off,
Yeah.
straight right from the get go when they found out that it was Kim Seon's birthday and then she happened to die on
Yeah.
the same day.
Yeah. Like
Um,
there's so many rumors and so many things that like we don't know what's fact,
yeah,
but the fact is that she died on his birthday. Like that's the
yeah,
one thing that we can,
yes,
you know.
and
Ooh.
apparently they dated. That is fact
Yes.
too because the
That's true.
agency confirmed. But the timeline is a little murky. We don't know if
Yeah.
like actually he only dated her for a year when she was an adult, or it was like way before when she was like starting 16 when she was a minor, right? But there
Someone
was that
said
another thing. Uh-huh.
someone
Go ahead.
said they're calling him the K Diddy.
Oh no.
I know. I know.
Oh, that's so
I
bad.
know.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
I mean, and then like, I think she was actually like under fire a lot before all of this happened too, because she accidentally or maybe intentionally posted her selfie with Kim Suyeon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because she
Mm-hmm.
wanted some attention or something, and then
Yeah.
she took it down really fast. And but then people obviously captured it, and then that's when people knew like, oh, they have like a relationship.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, And then yeah, there's this whole thing like again she had her DUI,
Mhm.
and then she lost all her deals with like and
Yeah.
stuff with contracts and stuff.
Yeah. In the end, it's I feel like what drove her to, I mean, I'm sure there's so many things, but it's like
Yeah.
a lot of these kind of issues in the end is because of money, right? Like money, it's just like the
Money,
overwhelming
pressure.
debt. Yeah.
Yes.
But I will say when this first came out, I was thinking like, oh, they're just like on a witch hunt for
Uh-huh.
Kim Soo-hyun just to like blame someone, right? So
Yeah.
that's why I felt at first I felt a little bad for him.
I did
Like
too, yeah. I
if
honestly
all of
still
this
do
is
now.
false, yeah,
Yeah.
like like I'm sure it's very depressing for him too. But if it is true that he dated a minor, then yeah, he should be punished. But if it's
Mm,
not, that freaking sucks.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But
I
it's
feel
just
bad for him.
crazy.
And
It's
I
crazy.
just feel bad because like just like when you're a celebrity like that, like there's just so much that
Mm-hmm.
gets
Mm-hmm.
revealed.
Yeah.
Did you even see that picture of like him like in his boxers or something in her
No.
kitchen?
No.
Dude, people okay, so apparently um like there was like a picture. There are rumors that there's a picture of him like naked or like
Mm-hmm.
undressed in at her house.
Mm-hmm.
But then he like told Kim Se-ron's mother that like his mental health is declining. So Kim Se-ron's mom was like, "Okay, please don't release that photo to this YouTuber that, does this
Mm-hmm.
regularly where he like, looks into
Exposes.
scandals and exposes celebrities." Um but then 결국에 the YouTuber exposed it, and it's literally like a picture of his back. He's like in his boxers and they like kind of blurred it out, and then he's in her kitchen, and they compared like her kitchen, like how the interior looks
Oh.
with like when she came out in a 예능 show, a variety
Mm-hmm.
program, and
Mm-hmm.
it's the same kitchen. I mean, it
Oh.
doesn't show his face because it's the back of his
Yeah. Yeah.
hair and everything, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like obviously him, and
Yeah.
it's just a very like raw and weird picture. Like, first of all, who and why was
Do they have that
that
photo?
photo taken?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Who took that photo? And
Yeah.
like also it's like
Who
yeah,
cares?
anyways,
I mean,
that picture was dated in like 2020, as the
yeah.
agency stated. It
Okay.
was like when she was an adult, but
Yeah. I will say like some things it's definitely a stretch. Some things are definitely just to attack him for no reason. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But again, we don't know the facts. I was if he really did date her at that age though. You know what though? Kim Seon never really had a good rep though. He always kind of had like a weird reputation, like 사차원.
Mm,
So
yeah.
it's just crazy.
And
It's just crazy that Kim Seon is having his downfall.
yes, it is crazy because he had such a good reputation for
Mhm.
so long.
Mhm.
Um, I feel like he didn't really have scandals except maybe with that Kim Se-ron selfie when
Mhm.
she posted it. But apparently, like his show got canceled. Like he
Oh
had to
yeah.
drop out of whatever he was filming for Disney Plus, and then probably like
Mm.
all the like
He
commercial
yeah.
deals he had.
He
So
was in
he
the show with G Dragon. They're editing all of his
yeah.
scenes out.
No way. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that's crazy. But apparently he owes now like $12 million to like
And
different places.
it's kind
And
of sad. It's like the vicious cycle. Like then he is going through
I
what Kim
know,
Seon went through.
yes. Yeah. And it's so ironic. It's so ironic.
Mm,
So I really feel bad for celebrities and, this
mm,
cancel culture that we have
mhm,
in Korea. I mean, obviously
mhm.
it's like a big deal. Like someone died.
Yeah,
And if it is like, dealing with, dating a minor, like that's terrible.
yeah,
But at the same time, man, oh man, is Korea
yeah.
so vicious and
Mm,
so toxic when it comes to these
mhm,
things.
mhm,
And it just makes me like worried for like young celebrities
mm,
who are in this industry,
mhm.
especially in Korea. So kind
Yeah.
of ending on a sad note, but
But it's the hottest goss right now
it
on our
is. It is.
algorithms. So we had to talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, I hope he gets through it, kind of like how my fave, what's his name?
Oh God, Kim Sano, Kim Sano.
Kim, Kim Sono. Kim Sono, I think he's slowly making a comeback, and I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him for getting through
Wow.
the hardship.
You know who doesn't have any dirt or a history of any dirt on him?
변우석.
Our trusty Pyeonuzak behind me.
Who is? Oh, is he there?
He's behind me.
Do you know when his drama's releasing, Janice?
I think it's end of this year, so
Oh God!
I cannot wait. But
Oh
you know
my
what?
gosh.
Actually, on the note of like dramas and shows and stuff, one show that I'm really looking forward to coming out in the summer is The Summer I Turned Pretty, season 3. It's coming out in July. So Jess, please binge the 2 seasons. Did you finish? Did you watch all of them? You didn't.
No,
You
no.
didn't.
But I know a few people who like binged it because they were like obsessed with it.
There's a cult following, and
Yes.
there's a cult following for a good reason.
I told you
I'm-
Lena likes it, right?
Yes.
Our pastor's wife. She loves it.
I'm actually so excited for it because I waited 2 years.
Wow. That
I'll
was
be-
2 years already?
It will be 2 years in July.
Dang,
This
that's
will be the
crazy.
second year. Yeah. So
So
and we'll
they
by
spent-
then we'll be
They
like
spent 2
32.
years. They spent 2 years filming and editing.
Yep. Or like
And then-
yeah, filming. Yeah.
And Jeremy is married now as well.
Jeremiah, the
Jeremiah.
actor. His name is Gavin. He is married. But I'm really excited. This year, there's a lot of good shows lined up. So we'll definitely be talking about that.
Mhm.
Um,
Sure.
Yes, you have to watch it. You have to watch
Okay.
it.
I mean, I'll try. I think you showed me like one episode and you were like pausing and explaining, and I was just like, oh my God.
You know, when I get passionate about something, I will dive into the details and walk you through
Yes.
everything.
It's kind of like when I was kind of obsessed with the Jesus show Chosen, and I was like literally trying to force you to watch it.
I was
And
like,
you were like, dude, Jess, I cannot watch this. That's how I felt when you were showing me.
you
It
know,
was like, it was a dance and they had to
Mhm.
dress like white.
mhm.
I don't know, like, I don't know what it was, but
Well, I think it is better to be obsessed with a Jesus show than a teenage coming of age drama.
that's my Kangchu of the week, just to bring back this corner, guys.
Really?
If you guys have never watched, like, watch some clips of
Wow.
The Chosen, because
Yeah.
I feel like there are really powerful scenes that kind of like, if you're not a Christian or if you are a Christian, I feel like it really brings the imagery of like Jesus
Mhm.
and his disciples and like the miracles that he did, and I feel like it just like kind of brings that story alive, because
Mhm.
before we just read the Bible and kind of envision it ourselves, but then watching Chosen, it kind of
No, I love a Bible story. I love Jesus. But what bothers me is the actors. It's the C-list actors with their
they're so
weird-
good
with their strange accents, which I'm like, is that even from like, Israel,
it's really funny because they have
Jerusalem?
like Middle Eastern accents, like the disciples,
Yeah.
and they differentiate like them and the Roman soldiers,
Uh-huh.
because the Roman soldiers they have just an American accent.
That's what I mean. That's the part that makes me cringe a little bit.
They speak standard English, so in that sense, it's kind of interesting. But I don't, give it a try. You watch a few clips.
Wow,
Few
that's your
clips.
Kangchu.
It's my
Wow.
Kangchu, The Chosen.
Okay, my Kangchu is The Summer I Turned Pretty, seasons 1 and 2. Binge it before July.
There we go. I think actually a lot of our listeners who are female listeners,
Mm-hmm.
if they start it, I think they'll like it.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
if you're
Trust
into
me.
that stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You got to get through the whole first season. Like, it didn't hit for me until the last episode of the first season, and
How did you even get to the last episode?
It was during like those times when I don't know, like
You had
was it
nothing to
during
watch?
COVID? Yeah, I had nothing to watch, and I
I
just
see,
got
I see.
sucked in.
Yeah,
It's like it's what they call a hate watch. I always hate watching.
And
and then
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyways,
Janice has a few hate watches, like Nevertheless with Jay. Except I don't think she hated it. I think
I
she
loved
loved
it. I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
That one, Uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
this is great drama. Great drama. But yeah. But when life gives you tangerines, we'll be talking about
Yeah.
that one.
Yes. So stay tuned. Catch
Yes.
up with us, please, guys. Watch
Mm-hmm.
part 1 and part 2.
That's right. Jess, did you have a great time today? Because I sure did.
I did.
We're a
Let's
bit
end it here.
tired, but
We are.
yeah, you know what?
Dude, perfect. 10:30. Go to
We
sleep
show
now.
up. We
Yeah, we
show
do.
up and we
For
have
you,
fun.
for all of y'all. We love you guys and thank you for tuning in this week yet again.
See you guys next time.
Bye everyone.
Bye.